Welcome back to New Day. The CIA says ISIS may be more than 31,000 strong. Why does that matter? Because it's as much as 3 times the previous estimate. Meanwhile, the U.S. is readying airstrikes in Syria, ready to go the minute the president gives the okay. But that would mean without a vote in Congress to authorize all of this. It raises the question, is that the way it should happen? Why is Congress giving him so much room? Shouldn't we have a vote? Are we rushing in? Joining us now is someone to answer the question, all 5 of them that I just asked, Democratic Congressman Keith Ellison. He is an authority on Mideast issues. He's traveled there extensively, and he is the first Muslim elected to Congress. And Representative, it's good to have you as always. You being a Muslim is beside the fact of common sense that needs to apply in this situation. Your brothers and sisters in Congress, they sue the president on these lesser issues in his executive action. But they are backing away. They say, yes, we should fight. This is great. ISIS is bad. Vote? I don't know. We should have one. But, you know, and their voices get weaker and weaker. What do you say? Do we need a vote from Congress to authorize?
Yes, we need a vote. We need a vote. In fact, the World Powers Act says there must be a vote within 60 days of hostilities. And so there should be a vote soon. In fact, we've already voted that there should be a vote if there are hostilities. We've already had a vote that said if these things begin, we need to be involved, and Congress needs to have a say. We need a full debate, and we need our constituents to call us and to tell us what they think about this conflict.
And the reason...
So I'm all for that.
The reason seems to be this is a heck of a lot more complex than it seems from the outside. And the outside, it's just ISIS, they're bad. They beheaded 2 American journalists. Let's go get them and do it now. Mainly because they just beheaded 2 American journalists, let's be honest. You're saying the rush to fight needs to be considered because you need to do other things as well as use force. What's your concern?
Well, what I say is discretion is the better part of valor. The fact is that there are a lot of non-military parts of this problem that must occur in order to be successful, such as making sure we have a multinational coalition that's working together to solve this problem together, starting with the Iraqis. But then, beyond that, the states that are neighboring, such as Turkey, Saudi Arabia, UAE, countries that are right in the neighborhood. We've got to have some cooperation from European allies, getting all these forces together to make sure that we are dealing with stopping the financial flows to ISIS, to make sure that we are making sure that the country is run inclusively and that ISIS cannot exploit grievances of the Sunni population of Iraq, which is a significant portion. All these things are very important, and they don't involve firing a shot. So I believe that we need a full debate. We need a strategy to win, and this is way more complicated than just sending in some military power.
And when you hear Boehner up there saying F-18s are not a strategy, it's a little hypocritical, right? Because he's not helping develop a strategy like you're just outlining right now. And he's not alone. They want to put the numbers out there now, Congressman, and say, oh, they're so much bigger than we thought. Well, what's the suspicion there? The suspicion there is they're doing that because they want to make ISIS look as bad as possible so the bombing seems better and better. But you know you got 150,000 Peshmerga fighters, the Kurdish fighters. You know you got 250,000 in Iraq. So it's not about numbers. It's about resolve. That comes back to politics. Do you believe that we are missing the point of what will achieve the most benefit in the region?
I think there's not enough emphasis on the political aspect of what's going on here. And I certainly believe that ISIS is a force that has essentially made the most out of people who have been oppressed. And that has got to be where we focus our attention. Now, as it relates to the speaker, I mean, I would simply ask us to put politics aside for the moment. There's plenty of time to try to do political positioning. Now is the time to get together, help formulate an American strategy that involves the world community and the region that is designed to win and have a sustainable peace. We can't be back doing this every few years. We've got to put this thing to an end, and it's got to be comprehensive.
Well, the last 25 years prove you wrong, though, right? Because we started this conversation in the early 90s. Here we are on the, one day past 9/11 in the exact same position, 4 consecutive presidents delivering the same message. We're going into Iraq to try to stop the terror threat in the Middle East. And the question, therefore, I have for you is, you just came back, you visited Turkey. You've been to different areas in the Middle East. Where is Turkey? Where are these other 10 Arab allies we supposedly have? They're very quiet in their commitment to boots on the ground and swapping blood and treasure.
Well, we've gotten news that the UAE is in. Saudi Arabia has volunteered to help. All these countries in the region are coming together as this coalition is being formed.
Not to fight.
Well, you know, we don't know about that yet, Chris. I think we need to just allow the diplomatic process to continue on. I think before this thing is solved, you will see people who are putting some things on the line to protect their own region. Again, you know, we don't live in the Middle East, right? We're over here in North America. Right. So the fact is that they have got to step up. And before I'm ready to say that they're not to fight, I think that they eventually will be led to be there. Although, of course, that remains to be seen. But I wouldn't be so pessimistic.
No. And I'm sorry if it comes across as cynical. It's just we've been in this situation. It doesn't feel right. It feels like we may be getting played. And here's why I say that. What happened in northern Iraq? The Peshmerga are no joke. You know that. We've been around them. They can fight, and they fought well before.
Yes.
In Anbar, and you see in the Kurdish regions there, they didn't really fight the way they usually fight. Why not? You hear these other countries, it's a region that is known for swapping blood when they don't like what's going on. They're not stepping up here. Why not? Are they hoping that the U.S. gets into a position where it has to do all the dirty work for them?
Well, in and Fallujah, Ramadi, those western Iraqi areas, those people are ambivalent about how they feel about the Iraqi government versus the ISIS. They really are. I mean, they hate the government of Iraq as much as they do ISIS. In fact, they hated them less because they joined with ISIS in order to hand over Mosul. So the bottom line is, this is a heavy political lift. We have got to convince the Sunni tribes that ultimately they are better off being included in an Iraqi government, getting a share of the oil revenues, being a part of governing that country rather than collaborating with ISIS. And that's not easy because, you know, we joined with them with the Awakening movement back a few years ago, and then when the al-Maliki government was formed, they get on the outs again. So now they have a trust deficit. So this is all part of what we've got to continue to work on.
Congressman Ellison, I do not keep having you on New Day because you're Muslim. I have you keep coming on because you don't fall victim to the easy answers about might making right in this situation. There are a lot of tough issues in front of you. Please keep asking the right questions, and we're here to have the conversation. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.